Hello YouTube, Denise here from Dueling Bunnies, and first off I want to apologize if it's a little hard to hear me. Um, Again, if you saw my update video, I am sick, so it is kind of hard for me to be speaking clearly and loud and enthusiastically when I'm not feeling very well. My throat is just not handling it. But I do want to give a quick shout out to Envy the Clown. This is our logo that he made for us. It's finally going to be going on a shirt. I'm gonna go tomorrow to a print shop and get a quote because I'm planning on putting this on mat and a shirt and a hoodie, so I want to get quotes on how much everything's gonna come out. But shout out to Envy the Clown. I will put an annotation to his channel. He won our contest and he made this logo. It's freaking awesome, freaking amazing. And if you're watching this, man, thank you again so very much. I'm sporting this on my freaking laptop. Just the pride that I have in this logo is crazy. But anyways, this video is going to be about the Dark Worlds. It's going to be my part 5, and it's going to be about building your deck and putting it together. Now, I already built the deck for Dark Worlds. It's done, it's ready. I'm just waiting on some cards to come in that I bought on eBay for, excuse me, for the deck. Because I, have a mess proxies right now, and I'm pretty sure y'all don't like to see proxies. So before I show you the deck, I need the cards to come in. So yeah, but basically, I'm going to talk to you about what I was thinking about when I built this deck, and what you guys should be checking out, or thinking about also when you build this deck. Now, first things first, I'm going to pull this up so you're not just seeing the rabbit now. We're going to look at Grapha for a little bit. First things first, we know Dark Worlds have a few problems, and this is something I can vouch for because even with the deck build that I have now that Jonathan can tell you, I mean, it's like freaking beastly deck that I built. Like, the thing is fast as hell. But even then, sometimes you open with crap hands, sometimes you don't open with a discard outlet. So you gotta find out ways to stall until you can get the cards that you need and draw the cards that you need to start discarding, getting your plays going. Now, basically, before I get into the cards that I use to stall, here's my purpose of the deck. I'm an all-out aggressive person. All my decks are very aggressive. Their back rows tend to provide me enough protection, but my playstyle is very aggressively. I like to swarm as fast as possible with the biggest monsters as possible and do as much damage as fast as I can. That's my play style. I go all out, but provide back row. But I have the back row to protect me just in case they have an answer to my all out attack. So that's how my playstyle is, and that's the same approach I tried to take with Dark Worlds. And I actually found a deck, or built a deck that I like. I looked up Vincent Morales. If you don't know him, he is the one player that topped with Dark Worlds at YCS Kansas City without tour guide. And the deck, I net decked it on Dueling Network, and it was okay. I saw a lot of things in it that I did not like, and the deck, sometimes I really questioned, how he really made it to the top, but I'm guessing that's when his side deck came into play, because the main deck really was not working for me at all in a lot of the traps lineup. So I came up with a deck that I feel is very competitive, very fast, and seriously a very tough deck to get over. So my main thing is to get Grapha out as fast as possible. I'm pretty sure that's the same goal that y'all have with your Dark World deck if you're planning on building one. You want to get Grapha in the grave, pop a card, then special summon him as fast as possible. So we need stall because we all know that decks nowadays, plants are fast. Rabbits can be very quick too. If they open with a rabbit, they just normal summon special summon 2 monsters and exceed summon into like a Leviathan and detach, and that's a 2500 beat stick in a matter of a turn. So we need stall cards, and the one card that I love this format, and shout out to Billy Break for bringing this card back, I guess you could say, is Spirit Reaper. Spirit Reaper, I mean, it was always around, people always used it, but Billy Break really got it like a jump start, I guess you could say, when now everybody's putting one in their plant deck. But I put 2 in my Dark World deck, and there's a reason for it, because not only It cannot be destroyed by battle. But it makes my opponent discard a card, which I really don't use it for that effect. I just use it to stall for a minute, until they can target it with a spell or trap or something like that. Usually when Spirit Reaper hits the board, I get 2 turns with it. Then after like 2 turns, they will either smash and ground it or whatever, and it'll go, or I'll use it for an Exceed Summon. So into a Levier with a Sangan, with another Reaper, or with a Brow, and then I'll go into Levier and special summon like my banished Grapha that they hit with Bottomless or something like that. So that's usually what I do. I think Spirit Reaper is a great tech. I think it's something that you guys should think about. It's not a fiend, it's a zombie, but it's a dark type. Easy for Leviathan, easy for Levier, because you do run a decent amount of level 3s if you main Browse and Sangan, and then 2 Reaper. You have a good amount of level 3s, and you have a decent amount of level 4s when you main Snow and Beige. So there's a lot of plays that you can do with Reaper, and it seriously, guys, seriously, like, this will last me at least 2-3 turns before it dies, or before I use it for a bigger monster or whatever. And it helps me get my plays off like crazy. Now, I don't want to spoil my deck too much because, again, there's people that subscribe to me that are from my locals, and I have yet to take this deck to my local, so I don't want to give too much about what my deck, what's in my deck. But definitely, everybody knows this, so I can show this. Drag Down into the Grave. When you actually get to play with a Darkworld deck, you see how well this card plays, and I mean, it's just it's really good, guys. Drag Down, basically what I start doing is main phase 1, I'll draw into Drag Down or whatever, and I have a pretty decent hand of, like, let's say 3 monsters and 3 spells and traps. Drag Down being 1, so I'll say 1 spell, 1 trap. So what I'll do is I'll set my spells, set my trap, and then I'll go Drag Down. And they look at my hand, and it's all monsters that get effects when they hit the graveyard. So now they have to pick their poison, and that's kind of what I like. I like just keeping a handful of monsters and then play Drag Down. Sometimes you do have to, set like a card destruction or something in the trap zone, which is something you really don't want to do. Sometimes you have to get your play going, because your opponent's gonna have to pick something. I remember when I opened up 3 Grapha on Dueling Network, and I hit Drag Down, and I had like a Beige on the field. He had to pick Grapha, and he was like, crap. Grapha hit Graveyard. I pop a card, brought Beige to hand, and special summon Grapha. So I mean, Drag Down is really that great, and I think it's something that you definitely want to invest in. The card has gone up a little in price, but I mean, it's really good. It's a must need in Darkworld deck. I mean, this is one of the engines that keeps you going, I guess, is Drag Down, keeps the speed up. Another card that Vincent Morellis didn't run, and this is something I don't understand, why he would pick. Well, I understand why he picked it over. He picked Pot of Duality over Running Dealings, and I understand why he did that, and it's because of there was going to be a lot more Darkworld decks, and he read it right, but something that definitely, is not in mine. My local would be Darkworlds. So trying to find the card, but it's not popping up right here, so probably not going to be able to show you. But we all know what Darkworld Dealings does: draw a card, discard a card. So yeah, he doesn't run it, and I can understand why. I probably wouldn't main it in a YCS. I would probably main something else. The only thing I didn't like about Pot of Duality in my Darkworld deck, my particular Darkworld deck, is because my deck is so fast that if I run Pot of Duality, it really will slow me down an entire turn, and that's something that I really do not need. I am running 3 monsters that don't require like special summon. Like I have Sangin and 2 Reapers that I could normal summon, and they're a plus for me in a sense. But most of the deck special summons like crazy. Dang, my throat hurts right now. Excuse me. And so definitely Pot of Dualities kind of slows me down, and I don't really like it at all. Something you do want to keep in mind though, guys, is when you're making your Darkworld deck, the less back row possible is best, because if anything, you do have a field spell card that you need to run. I mean, the field spell card in itself is broken, in my opinion. It really gets my plays going off like there is no tomorrow. So you definitely you want to stall as much as possible with your monsters and with your back row. But my back row is kind of like, it doesn't last there very long. They're all very chainable cards. So at plus, something that I do think you should run definitely is Trap Dust Shoot and 2 Mind Crush. Mind Crush, guys, just freaking call anything like retarded. You go Mind Crush, freaking Head of Exodia. Then you set your hand and they pick one random monster that you have in hand, it discards, it gets its effect, and you go off on their turn. I mean, that's how crazy the deck is. I mean, I've made a play once, I think with Jonathan, if it's him, I don't remember. But I was like, double Mind Crush, double Head of Exodia. He popped, 2 cards, and I started going off on his turn. He forgot it was his turn. I'm like, hey, you do get to move, it's your turn. He goes, oh, it's my turn? And I had like a whole field of monsters just there waiting for him. So Mind Crush definitely should be in the deck. And Dark Smog. Now, but Dark Smog for you budget builders probably could be a little out of reach. It is one of the most the pricey card on the Photon Shockwave set. But Dark Smog definitely is one thing that you definitely want to put in the deck. It's a broken card. I don't know about running it at 3. Some people, I think that's a little overkill, running Dark Smog at 3. It's a dead draw most of the time. But when you do play it that one time and you remove like their Thunder King, their BLS from the graveyard, their whatever, it really hurts, guys. So there's a lot that I could talk about with Darkworlds, but I don't want to make this too long because I don't want to spoil my deck. My next video will be my deck profile. I'll show you everything, then I'll explain how it all works together. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I'm just trying to give you an idea. You definitely need to think about what your strategy is going to be and how you want to make it work, how you want to put everything together. If you're a more conservative player, I could definitely see you running like Battle Faders and things like that. I personally wouldn't run Battle Fader because my deck is fast enough. I run a special card that I don't want to spoil right now. I run it at 3. It's chainable, and it just helps me go off at like nuts, man. It's like, oh, when I have that card, I'm gonna win. I know I'm gonna win. Definitely, I will give you I will give you all the juicy info you want to know when my deck is ready. I just don't like giving deck profiles of proxies, so. But yeah, think about your playstyle and think about what is it that you want to accomplish when you play your Darkworld deck. Obviously, it should be to win, but definitely, what is it the first thing you want to see when you bring your Darkworld deck out? I definitely want to see Grapha on that field at 3,000 as much as possible, and if possible, have 3 Graphas on deck. Attack for game. Graph is really that easy to bring out. If you lose one, it's not a problem. If it's banished, that's really not a problem because I run, the 2 Reapers and Sang and just Exceed Summon into Leviair, and that's it. So that's really what I have to say. Just wanted to give some general information of where I'm heading with my Darkworld deck and putting it together. So let me know down below in the comment section what cards you think should be staple in a Darkworld deck and why. And let me know what tech cards you would put in your Darkworld deck or that you have in your Darkworld deck that you think are just simply amazing and that every Darkworld player should run. Leave that in the comment section below. Until next time, guys, this has been Denise from Dueling Bunnies. So, thanks for watching and admire the cute little bunny. Bye.